The nation's capital, where President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the immediate suspension from office of the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in Adamawa State, Hudu Yunusa, pending the completion of investigation by the Inspector General of Police on the conduct and actions of the Resident Electoral Commissioner during the supplementary election in the state. The president also directed that the Inspector General of Police immediately begin investigation and prosecution of the REC if he is found liable. The president's directive is contained in a press statement from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and signed by the Director of Information, Willie Bassi. Also, President Buhari has directed an investigation by the IGP, Director General of the DSS, and the Commandant General of the NSCDC of the role of their offices in the aiding and abetting the conduct and actions of Hudu Yunusa, calling for appropriate disciplinary actions to be meted out if anyone is found culpable. Let's talk to TVC State House correspondent Femi Akonde for more on this development. Femi, the president's directive is coming days after the president-elect did ask for a full investigation into this matter. Walk us through the power structure. Who hires and fires the Resident Electoral Commissioner? Recall that INEC had written to the SGF on this matter.
Yes, Lifemi, the power to hire and fire Resident Electoral Commissioners of INEC and indeed national commissioners and also the INEC chairman is the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, according to Section 154, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution. That gives President Muhammadu Buhari the powers to hire the Resident Electoral Commissioner of INEC. According to that Constitution, it says, except in the case of ex-official members or where other provisions are made in this Constitution, the chairman and members of any of the bodies so established, that including INEC, shall, subject to the provisions of this Constitution, be appointed by the President, and the appointment is subject to the confirmation of the Senate. Well, that is why all of what was happening with the REC in Adamawa had to wait for the President to intervene, the President to come out with a formal statement suspending the REC of Adamawa and also asking for a full investigation into the case. A lot of people have criticized the President for the delay to speak on the matter, but you know he was away from the country on an official trip in Saudi Arabia. He just returned yesterday on a 5-hour trip from Saudi Arabia. You know the President would also need to be briefed and also get accurate information from all sides before he would then come to a conclusion on what side to take on the matter. But now with the President's comments on this goes a long way to show, again, President Muhammadu Buhari's commitment in ensuring that his administration bequeaths an electoral system that is credible, free and fair. We know President Muhammadu Buhari has always bragged about this and would also stand against anything that will dent this a legacy that he intends to keep. But you know, this issue in Adamawa was really something that caused quite an upset, not just within the Electoral Commission, but in the entire country. And this coming from the presidency is just the first step. We expect to see a full-blown investigation from the police, the DSS, the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, and all other relevant agencies to unearth what really happened in Adamawa State, and those found culpable will face the full wrath of the law. Nifemi.
What does this has to say about the improvement in the INEC system that checkmates irregularities or happenings that do not align with its rules and regulation? The fact that the REC announced the result and INEC swung into action asking that that decision is null and void.
Well, the Electoral Act is already clear on that. It does not give the Resident Electoral Commissioner any power to announce or return anybody as elected. There is a returning officer appointed for every election who collates the results and then announce whoever wins that election as duly elected and returned. So for the Resident Electoral Commissioner to have acted in that manner was usurping the powers of the returning officer, and INEC was clear on that with their statement immediately that happened. And INEC also went further to release another statement, a letter to the Resident Electoral Commissioner asking him to stay away from the premises of the Independent National Electoral Commission there in Adamawa State and hand over to the Administrative Secretary in the state to run the affairs of the Electoral Commission. We also saw how prompt INEC deployed another set of electoral and national commissioners to Adamawa State to conclude the collation of that result and then announced an eventual winner of the election. So it just goes to show how the whole electoral process is evolving, maturing with the new Electoral Act, and all legal frameworks are put in place to strengthen the enforcement of these Electoral Acts signed by President Muhammadu Buhari.
The Electoral Act came to the rescue again, and I'm sure that a lot will be said about this in the coming days. Femi Akonde live for us in Abuja.